We will also share the links with you later on after the call. So don't worry if you missed something or if your connection is not good. Please follow the rules of the teams. Raise your hand if you have a question or use the chat. We want to keep the mics off in order to reduce the noise. And of course, since we have a multinational and international audience, and the internet broadband can differ from one country to another, please keep your cameras off as we go forward. If you want to turn your camera on when you're asking a question, that would be great. Please also introduce yourself and tell us about your background and where are you attending when you're asking the question. I will also stay on the call after the session. If you have any additional if you require any additional information or if you need more detail, just let me know. You can, of course, reach us on the other social media platform like LinkedIn, YouTube. I will be your moderator. My name is Babak Rashnavadi. I'm the founder and managing director of B.I.G Consulting. And today we are in collaboration with Dr. Ahmed Baggashi from MENA-FHSS. And under his guidance and initiative, we have set up these calls. We are planning to have more of these calls every 2 weeks in order to introduce new technology, new solutions to the CSSD and infection community, mainly, of course, in Middle East and Africa. But as we see, we have a broader audience that are interested to know what is going on in this, let's say, in regards to fighting hospital-acquired infections and fighting this battle in the healthcare sector. Dr. Ahmed, I want to hand it to you if you would like to say a few words before we pass the baton to the LayerJot team who are attending from the US.
Thank you for the introduction. First of all, I would like to thank the founder and managing director of B.I.G for organizing this first activity in our collaboration. So we are willing to do more activities in our partnership for development and education for SPD and infection control. We meet before and we have cooperation before. That's a long time with the expert and one of the main development leader for CSSD, Mr. Babak, the director of B.I.G. And this is a good chance really for us to have more, I mean, experience exchange and information exchange. And in the future, we are also willing to have a long program for CSSD and infection control. And we are wishing soon to have on-site event for CSSD. So this is the beginning. So again, I thank Mr. Babak and the international speaker today from USA. And we are excited to hear from them, I mean, the new information and about fighting the nosocomial hospital-acquired infection and also managing, I mean, the infection control in CSSD. So this is really an opportunity for all attendees today to hear from expert and professional in CSSD and infection control. Thank you so much to everyone and welcome to all who is attending our activity today. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Ahmed. This will not be possible without your vision and insight. We really appreciate it. Thank you for attending and as well opening the session. Without further ado, I will just go quickly over today's agenda. We already had the word of the president. We will have the presentation of LayerJot team, then questions and answers. We would like to keep that very interactive. Please don't be shy. and ask as many questions that you have. There is no bad question or a stupid question, and we will do our best as much as we can to introduce or to answer yours. I'm very, very excited to introduce you the presenters today from LayerJot USA, Mr. Etay Gafni and Mr. Arndt, CEO, founder, and head of the customer success from LayerJot. This is a very, very special session for me because at B.I.G, we have made a commitment to bring new technology in terms of digitization, robotization, and AI to the region. And I find LayerJot one of the game-changing companies in this field with product that is really making an impact into the day-to-day of the CSSD. I would like to pass the presentation to Etay and Ehren and enjoy the session.
Hi, nice to meet you all. My name is Ehren. For a brief background on myself, I've been in this space for about 10 years, working primarily on software, bringing innovation to sterile processing and the ORs. Prior to joining LayerJot nearly 3 years ago, I worked for or in collaboration with most of the major sterile processing manufacturing companies in this space. Steris, Bellimed, Getinga, ASP, Aesculap. So very excited to be with LayerJot here as we try to bring some innovation and new types of solutions to the folks that really need it.
Hi, everyone. Thank you, Ehren. My name is Etay Gafni. I'm the CEO and co-founder of LayerJot. I'm very excited to have the opportunity to meet additional fellows and people that care about this topic. I would like to take the opportunity to thank the organizers and thank you for this opportunity to share your experience with us. We're always learning, and we are very appreciative of your hard work for this very important mission of preventing infections and also preparing surgical instruments and procedures for the doctors and the rest of the surgical team. People at the CCSD are the unsung heroes of the healthcare system, and we are very proud to be in support of this community. Let me start with a few high-level information about LayerJot. I like to start with the mission. Our mission is to empower people, empower you and your team while you're doing complex manual tasks, and we are aiming to build a capability that will help you to do it better with less stress, and especially when the cost of mistake is high. Like we heard before, automation is also important, and we are working on laying the foundation to allow automation of some tasks and supporting using automation your daily workflows. So when we look at efficiency and we're looking at scale, how can you provide education and train people to do manual tasks and to do things in general? The best support you can have is to have a mentor. This is a great thing to have a mentor. It's really bring quality, but it's not very. Yeah. Baba, can you please mute other presenters? So we have here the mentors, and then in many organizations, you try to scale using documentation or checklist. What we introduce is technology that allow you to guide and verify people are doing the job correctly and laying the foundation for the automation. So really empowering people at their daily activity. Why are we using why our technology to help hospitals is because we really believe, especially in the US, that healthcare is kind of connected together with a duct tape, but also with amazing people that make things possible. And I'm sure this is true for yourself, as you are an incredible part of the healthcare system. and it's a privilege to try and help you. The way we see the world of CCSD or surgical supply in general, and some of the terms here are more US based. So in the US, CCSD sometimes is called SPD, and you will hear me refer to that as SPD. But in general, we see the workflow of instruments and supplies starting from cleaning them, maintaining, managing the inventory, assembling the trays again, sterilizing, and then bringing it off to the operating room, setting it up, doing the procedure, and it's kind of an ongoing cycle. We have facilities that doing off-site processing. We have a lot of loaners that are used for especially implants and other things like that. As a reference point, in the US, about 30% of the trays used in many hospitals are loaner trays. So this is a big part of the ecosystem. When we started working on this over 6 years ago, we have identified few challenges in different areas through this life cycle. And these included shortage in workforce. In the US, there is about 30% missing workforce, missing people in the SPD. It's really hard to train someone to be able to recognize a lot of surgical instruments efficiently and correctly. And the quality of the service is impacted by the fact of the size of the tray, the shortage of manpower, and the long time for training. We also noticed that there are challenges around efficiency in the operating room, making sure there is no delays in surgery during missing instruments, dirty instruments, things that are just not as they should be. And they're also a great waste of supply and surgical instruments during procedure, in which over half of the instruments that were prepared for the surgery are not actually used. And this repeats itself. In the US, there is a big problem of surgical trays just getting bigger and bigger. And it's just putting a lot of load on the team that's supposed to maintain and clean them, especially at the fact that they are not actually used at the surgery. So there is a lot of waste. So I hope that these kind of challenges resonate with you. And if not, or if you have different type of challenges, we will be very happy to hear them and to see if we can provide a solution for the way you see the challenges and your needs. So in order to address these challenges, we started a journey of providing solutions in 3 major categories. One is information. The other one is to be able to accurately identify surgical instruments and supply, and then be able to support workflows, as well as data and analytics. To start everything, the foundation is information. So we have created the largest unified catalog of surgical instruments. It has over 3.5 million records right now. And the information there is managed by AI and different techniques, which I'll show you a bit more later. And it includes things that like photos, high quality photos, information for use, IFU, as they call it in the US, and a lot of other things that really makes this a valuable resource to get the correct information about an instrument. In the US, for example, or many manufacturers like V. Muller, Aesculap, Aspen, Symmetry, some of the main brand in the US, do not have a good online catalog, and many technicians are still relying on PDF files or paper catalogs to look for information about instrument. So we have digitized and make that available for everyone. As for identification, we develop technologies that allow us to use computer vision. and other techniques in order to be able to recognize surgical instruments by identifying their barcode, reading their SKU or part number of the instrument, use RFID. And one of the key advantages of what LayerJot does is be able to recognize instruments by their shape. So that's something that is unique to us, and we'll demo it to you shortly. As we created these two fundamental elements of catalog and scanner, now we have the ability to start supporting workflows. So we have released several apps. One of them is SID, Surgical Instrument Directory. It's an app that allows you to identify surgical instruments and gain access to the information. It's a free app, and we will demo it today, and you can download and use it at your facility. But we're also working with different vendors like Askelabb, and we created a custom app for them called AID, Askelabb Instrument Directory, to provide information for their customers. The next workflow that we've been helping is assembly. We have two products in that area. We have a product that we developed called EasyTray, and then we have an integrated solution into the leading tracking system in the US by Steris, a system called SPM. And what we have done is provided our information and the identification of instruments, embedding it into the tracking system, allowing people to do their job better using that tracking system. And we'll show a bit more details afterwards. However, in the US and in many other places, tracking systems are very expensive, and therefore many of the count sheets and the list of instruments that need to be part of a surgical tray is managed on paper or on different innovative ways like Google Sheet and Excel and other ways. About a third of the market in the US does not have a tracking system. So we have created CountSheet AI, which is our system to manage count sheets, and we'll demo it for you today. And it's leveraging our catalog and allowing you to maintain your count sheets very easily. We also added the ability to inspect what actual physical instruments you have in the tray compared to the count sheet, and we call it the tray inspector, and we'll share more information. So until now, these are solutions that are focusing more on the sterilization department, but we also have tools like ORStats, which allow us to track actual usage of instruments and supply in the operating room, and then bring data back to the team to allow you to, together with the surgical team, to reduce the size of trays and to focus on instruments that actually being used and reduce the load on the department. And we'll show you a little bit about that as well. So that's kind of what LayerJot is been doing and focusing on. And what I like to do now is just demonstrate some of the capabilities and the tools that we have. So you will have a bit of understanding how we're utilizing our technology in order to support you at your daily tasks. A few words about the catalog. What we've been doing is working with different organizations in the US, like the FDA, organization in the UK, like the GMDN, and different vendors to create a very accurate catalog of surgical instruments. And we're using AI in order to associate different instruments so we know how to do equivalence or classification of instruments and be able to recommend equivalents or alternatives and to link the information together. This allows us to create a very detailed information page that are available through our platforms, including the high quality photos and other things that we will review in a second. And the scanner, like I mentioned, can basically read anything that you guys are using across the different medium of barcode, SKU, which is a text recognized by shape or RFID, and then connect to different systems. And this is what we used in our systems. So let me just try to switch my screen into my iPad to show you some demos. Okay. So I hope you can see my iPad. Can I get?
Yes,
you guys see
everything
it?
is clear.
Excellent. So yeah, so this is my iPad. Hi everyone. And in the base of our technology, what we have is the ability to recognize these surgical instruments in real time, and be able to provide information about these instruments. What's unique about LayerJot is that we can recognize the instruments regardless of their position, regardless of how they are being placed, are they open, are they closed. Really a very robust capability to be able to identify and link these instruments information and provide it to you. That's kind of the foundation of the smart scanner and the catalog integration. And now we'll show you some different applications that use this ability in order to support your daily activities.
Sorry, Etay. Can we do that? What you did with the iPad again? I just want to make sure that our audience appreciates the technology that you're demonstrating. You're making it look very, very easy, and it is absolutely exciting. I mean, I want our team and all the participants to understand what you are doing. So you are just using your normal iPad, and I believe it can also be your normal phone, correct?
Correct. Yeah. We support iPad, phone, Android devices, and
Fantastic. And
yep.
as soon as you put the instrument in front of the camera, it is already recognizing the type, the brand, and you get access to the IFUs.
Correct. Yeah.
This is fantastic. I mean, in terms of training, this is just going to make the training of the staff like it's going to become a no-brainer, correct?
Yes, and I think for that we should show the Seed app, and you will see how this is working within the context of training. So let me just
yeah, fantastic. Thank you.
Yeah, so let me just switch into the Seed app. So Seed is a free app that allows you to access information about instruments in different ways. One of the ways that you can do that is by searching. So you can search for, different things that make sense to you. You can search for vendors. You can search for different classification, like for example, forceps or a specific type of forceps, and you will get information about instruments in this category. And these things have, for example, you see access to the IFU. You can also get access to high quality photos and descriptions that helps you to teach people about this instrument. So all of that is available by text search. What's unique about LayerJot, like I said, is the ability to use the camera. So as I look at different instruments, it's tried to recognize it, and I can zoom in, and now it's basically read the barcode of this instrument. And if I click it, I get information about this specific instrument. These instruments also have inspection lists that help with training and help you make sure that the instrument is going to be treated correctly by the users. If for some reason you do not have a SKU or a barcode, one of the modes is to be able to just take 2 photos of the instrument, and it will identify it by shape. So it really gives you the ability to teach people about instruments they don't know and give them the ability to access the accurate information with no effort. So for example, for this one, if you want to go to the IFU and to look at sterilization information, it's just popping up the vendor IFU for you, and you can basically zoom in and you can read all the information from the vendor about that instrument. One more thing that SID has is a lot of content and stuff, but we also added the ability to scan a count sheet. So if you have a count sheet, at least you can take a photo and it will recognize the text. Here it's kind of recognize the instruments, the text, it read the paper, and now it's loading the information about the instruments in this count sheet. So even if you don't have a computer system that is managing all of your count sheets, you can use SID, and then you gain access to all of these instruments. You get access to all the photos, everything around the instruments that are relevant for this surgery. And this is a very unique capability that let you benefit from LayerJot, computer vision, and catalog, even if you are not using any other tool. Managing your count sheets with Count Sheet AI, which we'll show you in a minute, gives you additional abilities in making sure that your information in the count sheet is correct. And we will talk about it shortly. But this is kind of how easy it is to utilize SID, the free app, in order to train your team, in order to assist them at assembly time, and much more. And this is an application that we are providing for free, and you can use it on your phone or on your workstations. Okay. I will continue to show some more stuff. Second.
That is very, very exciting, Etay. Very exciting. And the fact that people will have access to millions of instruments is just amazing. Thank you for sharing. And thank you, of course, for making it free of cost.
Yes, we believe that information should be free, especially for the hardworking people in these departments, and we try to make their life easier as possible. We make money through other processes through the hospital, but not from the individuals that are working in the department. So you can go and on our website, and we will share the links later, and you can use it on your PC or Mac, and you can use it on your Android phone, iPad, iPhone, Zebra devices, whatever you currently have. So this is SID, and this is one of the apps that we help for information. The other app I mentioned is AI Assist. So this is, as you can see on the bottom right, it's basically identifying the instruments that we have showing to the mobile phone, and then it's highlighting the instrument information in the tracking system, allowing us to mark it as assemble or do any other action that is relevant for the assembly process. So for those of you who have SPM system, that's something you can use and integrate already. And then Count Sheet AI, this is our solution for you to be able to manage your count sheets. You can do many things in order to build this count sheet, and I will ask Ehren to do a live demo of this system and talk about the uniqueness of Count Sheet AI compared to other solutions.
Of course. Thank you, Etay. I will share my screen. Moment. there. So as Etay alluded to, we have Count Sheet AI, and this is very simply meant to be an affordable and attainable solution to facilities that do not have these more expensive and time-consuming instrument tracking systems. So with facilities today managing, creating their count sheets with Word documents or Excel or any other creative ways, many still based on paper, keeping these in binders and drawers. We've created just a better way to be able to manage and create these accurate and informative count sheets, so that your technicians can have access to better, more accurate information as they assemble these trays. So I will show you here, and this is just completely web-based. It requires no installation. And I'll show you our demo account. So we do make it very easy to get your existing count sheets into Count Sheet AI. There are multiple methods to make that happen. One is to create it manually in the system, which I'll show you in a moment. You can also upload Excel count sheets that you may already have, and we will import them into the system for your modification and improvement. Or shortly, you will also be able to upload PDFs or images of your existing count sheets. And you can do this on your own. You can get started in the same day creating and having your count sheets in the system. And our team is also available to help you get started to create count sheets and improve your information. So what I will do here is I'm looking at a list of the count sheets that I have in this account, and we'll go ahead and go and edit one that's already created, this minor tray. So one thing that Count Sheet AI does is we want to ensure that anyone is able to add as much content and information as they would like about any specific count sheet. So what we see here is it's organized at the tray level. And so at the tray level, if you desire, any content can be added here that you would like. So any text instructions that you would like a technician to know about a tray, how to assemble it, how to inspect it, how to sterilize it, for example. You can include photos, documents, anything that you would like about the tray. So that information is never at a loss. We also allow you to organize the instruments by sections. In this case, we have a stringer and a divided pack. And you see over here, we have some information specific to the stringer, for example, how it should look, and the divided pack as well, and how that divided pack should look when this tray is being assembled, along with any other helpful notes. To the instruments themselves, as you saw with Etay as he demoed our SID app, Count Sheet AI leverages the very same catalog. So this looks a little familiar from SID as Etay was just showing, with high quality photos, detailed descriptions from any of your major manufacturers. We have over 3 million devices in that list. And just one moment. My mouse died. I'm back. Thank you. So once you import your count sheets, you can have them here. We do put a lot of effort, as Etay was showing, into ensuring that your names and descriptions are informative and accurate and standardized so that your technicians can understand how to identify and recognize these instruments. If you need to add a new instrument here, we have autocomplete. To make it easy, you can search by a specific SKU and manufacturer. You can also add generic instruments, or we can help you find the instrument that you'd like. In this case, I can find what I would like, select how many of those instruments I would like on the count sheet, and simply add it. If I don't prefer the description that we've automatically generated, in any of these cases, you can give any custom name that you'd like. And if you reuse this instrument anywhere else, this will also show up on any other count sheets. So a customized name here. So make it very simple and easy for you to have the count sheets look however you'd prefer them. Once you're ready with the count sheet, it's available to save and print. So this will save. You can save this to your computer or any device as a PDF, or it can also be printed directly to paper, so that you don't necessarily have to have computers still at your assembly workstations or anything else. You can still rely on paper-based or PDF-based or any other format that you would like to have these count sheets for you and your team. Now, one extra little bonus that we have with this, once you have your count sheets, as Etay was showing, if you scan these count sheets with SID, see, this will allow me to switch. I'm going to switch over to my SID app. So again, this is free. If you have a technician that's assembling a tray, maybe they need some more information about an instrument and they don't have access to a computer, I can click the count sheet scanner in my app. I can point it at my count sheet. It'll look up the instruments, compare them with our SID catalog, and in just a moment, it should show me a list. So now I can view the instruments that are on the count sheet that's right in front of me and nothing else. And if I need to find more information, I can select any instrument. I can look at high quality photos, XSIFUs, and any additional information that we may have on there. And that SID integration is completely free, of course. I'll switch back to Count Sheet AI. Now, this allows you to create and manage and print your high quality count sheets. There is an additional kind of bonus feature available with this as well, and that's called Count Sheet Tutor. So whether your facility has an existing count sheet or instrument tracking system, or if you're just using Count Sheet AI, this is the training module that's available for technicians. So this is a read-only view. When you create any tray, you can create as much content as you'd like. Maybe you don't put all of your trays in here. Maybe it's just certain types of trays to train your new students on competencies. But this can be available for students to log into on a computer, on an iPad, or any device, whether they're at work or at home, so that they can learn and educate themselves on their own time or whenever is most efficient. And so now here we see we have a view that has our high quality information about this tray. They can learn about the photos, how they should assemble items. They can spend time looking at instruments, including our high quality photos. Including our inspection checklists for certain types. So this can also be created, modified by you or your education team to add any specific instructions that you'd like your team to know about how to inspect, assemble, or sterilize any devices. So this is the audit mod or the tutor module for Count Sheet AI. And with that, unless there are any questions, I'll hand it back to Etay.
Thank you, Ehren. So as Ehren mentioned, this is the Count Sheet AI, and you manage your count sheet. I mentioned before we have another tool. It's a mobile app called Tray Inspector. So for every count sheet that you manage in Count Sheet AI, you can go and use this tool in order to check which actual instruments you currently have in your trays. So you select a count sheet and then you identify the instruments using computer vision and you map them into the count sheet. As you can see from the report on the right, every inspection has a date and it tells you which tray is inspected. And in some cases, everything is good, it's green, it's what we expected to have. In some cases, instruments are missing or instruments are not what was defined in the count sheet, but they are equivalents that you accept to be an equivalent. And this usually happens when you have multiple vendors providing the similar instruments to your hospital. So you have an overall view of what exists in each physical tray compared to the count sheet. And this is Tray Inspector, and it's part of the Count Sheet AI kind of offering. Now, one of the most exciting things that we've been working on is to be able to analyze actual usage of surgical instruments during surgery in a passive way, meaning without interfering the surgical team with their daily activity. And the reason we do that is because it's really, like I said, it's amazing how much waste we have in doing that. So before I go into the demo, I just want to show that, especially in the US, and I'm sure in your facilities as well, if you can present data, it's much better than opinions. And with our stats, you have the data on your side to be able to show and to educate people about usage and so forth. So the way we look at it is we do observation during surgery, and then we present the information to the different teams. It's pretty straightforward. We give you analysis report of which instrument was used across different surgeries, different doctors that perform the surgery, and you can decide which instruments can be removed from the tray or could be potentially just put in a one-time use pill pack and put in storage next to the operating room. Really gives you the way to manage your inventory correctly based on usage, not just making it bigger and bigger all the time. So I like to show you a couple of demos here. Let me switch to the iPad again. So what we see here, what I'm going to show you is a couple of things. One, what you see here is the same application we had before, but it has an additional logic. As I identify the instrument, it's basically counting how many times this instrument was in view. And as you can see, it's giving me utilization. It's keep counting up and up the numbers of instruments that is visible. This is really the basic for the surgical usage analysis. We also have a mode in which you can do what we call the surgical count, in which we know based on the count sheet how many of these devices are expected. And as we adding and showing these instruments, the counter on the top right is going up until we got to the point where we have all the instruments that we need to be in the green zone. Yeah. So we are not expecting more of these instruments. So this is kind of an example of kind of the technology and the technique behind it. I don't know if you see behind me. Do you see a full view? Do you see this device behind me?
Yeah.
Yes, sir. It's very, very clear.
Yeah, excellent. So this is actually the workstation that we are using for our stats. It has an iPad and a camera that can zoom on things. So as you probably see, it's kind of looking at this area here. And as I put instruments, it's highlighting them. So all of that thing is just looking at either the back table or it's looking at the Mayo stand or some other area where instruments are being handed over to the surgical team. And it's analyzing and identifying these instruments in real time. And as the surgery is over, and this application can be controlled by touching the screen, but also voice activating. So you can tell it, for example, stop recording. And of course, for the demo, it doesn't work. But what you can see here is it was running during all of my demos, right? So it was actually recording all of the instruments that I was demoing for you in the last few minutes. So if there are things that you want to delete or you don't want to use, you can basically decide that maybe some personal information was visible or something that was not redacted or not useful, you can easily just delete them, and then you send them for analysis. And what that does is allowing you to collect all the information from that specific surgery and then add it on in order for you to get the overall analysis of all the cases for that specific doctor or procedure. And then you see the analytics like here, or you can have a dashboard that shows you usage across different procedures or different trays, allowing you to do some changes in your tray size. So
before, sorry, Etay, before you go to the last question, last slide, we have some questions from the audience. So I don't know, you or Ehren, we can answer them. First one is from Boniface. She's asking, or he's asking about what about minimal invasive instruments or laparoscopy instruments? Are they in SID?
yeah, yes, we have many of these instruments in SID. Yeah.
Okay, fantastic, fantastic. And the other question is from Moaz. Can you send this written document in PDF? I think he is referring to the count sheet. Or Moaz, would you like to unmute and explain your question a little bit? Moaz, are you still with us? Okay, I will manage to bring Moaz back. Dr. Ahmed, you had also a comment you wanted to enlighten us with?
No, first of all, I would like to thank the speaker. This really amazing technology, and I believe this one will reduce the human error and the daily practice, and also can help in reducing the time of reprocessing. But there's one question by one of the colleague. Uh, is this technology need to have long or short training or only demo for all the technician to know how to use this technology like mobile and web application? Is it hard? This is the question, or it's easy to learn and to practice?
Yeah, this is a great question. So SID is very easy to learn. We have videos on YouTube that explain the different functionality. We have a support page, and we will be happy to work with Babak and his team in case we need to do it in a different language that will be easier for your technicians. So yeah, so it's very easy to use. In the US, we kind of have the, it's very similar to e-commerce app. So you look for instruments and you get information about it. It's a very known practice. And we
So,
have
in soon future that we can have a workshop to explain in more details and practical explanation for the technician.
we will be happy
Or
to
if you
do
could,
that. Yes, thank you.
if you could join one of our international conference this year or next year, because we have some conferences in November, and when we have in October, then we have in January. So we hope that you can join and to do the workshop about this technology.
Thank you.
Yes, Dr. Ahmed, thank you very much. As you said, this is now every day on the news and in the paper and LinkedIn, everywhere we hear about AI, AI, AI. And I think this tool is really facilitating the education of the new team or re-educating the existing team. It is also helping us with utilization of our current instruments, the instruments that we have in hand. And as Etay was referring to this latest technology behind him, for the OR staff. This is also optimizing the utilization of the instruments, helping with the budget, with purchase of new instrument, optimizing the sets, and of course helping with the surgeries and reducing the cancellation. At the end, saving cost, reducing the burden on the CSSD staff. You know, imagine you have a new staff and you want to train them. There is so much information to teach and to allude to. Now you have an app at your disposal that you can learn on yourself and only come and maybe ask questions from the CSSD manager or the supervisor. And at the end, all of this is really AI helping us saving lives.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Yes, okay. We don't have any more questions in the chat. I saw here Samuel is asking, if possible by the end, if we can share this course information. Yes, you will receive the recording and also the information that now Etay will post on his last slide. That is where you can get additional information. You can always reach out to us or send us an email and we will accommodate. Dr. Ahmed, regarding the training or participation of in one of the congresses or conferences, this is something I'm working with Etay and other manufacturers, and we see how we can do that together. Please let us know how many people want to have this training. We can have an online training, or if there is a huge number of participants and you think we should have it in different cities, we can also manage that.
We will be happy to see Etay and Ehren in Saudi Arabia soon.
That will be fantastic. Maybe when the weather becomes a bit cooler. Now it's a bit hot.
Yes, yes.
Yes. Okay, Etay, please let us know how we can use this fantastic, intuitive app, and how can the people contact us?
Yeah, so first of all, thank you very much for participating. It's a large group and great question and discussion. You can go to our website, LayerJot.com, and you will find there a lot of details about SID, examples, and easy way to download to your phone or to just use it on your PC. If you're looking for more information about CountSheet AI, we provide a 1 month free, so you can register. With collaboration with B.I.G Consulting, we have a special offering that if you use this link or barcode, you will get also a discount in professional services and additional help in uploading and creating count sheets for your team. And this is kind of part of, our collaboration and trying to assist you to get started. So you can either scan this barcode, QR code with your phone to get to this form, or you can click this link, and I'm sure it will be shared with you later on. And if you have additional questions about things that, or stats or other things that we've been working on, let us know. We think that the next big thing for you is to start using SID and then leveraging CountSheet AI and really move from paper-based into accurate count sheets that looks good, that have connection to SID, and manage your count sheet and workflow accordingly. So again, thank you very much for the opportunity, and we will work very closely with B.I.G in order to follow up on any other items that you may have later.
Thank you.
We have to thank you. I think, Ehren, maybe you want to answer this question. There's one more question from, okay, Ehren answered it. Yes, the answer was yes from my side as well. Yeah, I have to thank you guys. Etay, you woke up, I think, at 6 a.m. You are based in Oregon. And Ehren, you are based in, remind me, you are based in the East Coast, correct?
Wisconsin, right in the middle.
Wisconsin, okay. So you still have 10 a.m., I believe, at your end.
Yep.
Okay, excellent. Thank you very much for all the attendees from all over the world. I think we had a very good attendance. At some point, we had about 58 people attending the call. It's not bad for the first time. And of course, quality matters more than quantity. Think about the presentation today. Think about how AI can help you in your work. And if you have any question, you can reach out to us. Thanks again for Dr. Ahmed, Etay, and Ehren, and we'll be in touch.
Thank you. Thank you. Welcome.
Thank
Thank you very much. Thank you.